Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to our 8th grade recognition. On behalf of Bedford Public Schools, Mr. Kleinhans, our school board, and Bedford Junior High, this is a time where we recognize where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. First, I'd like to take some time to acknowledge the students around you. So let's give a hand to all your classmates, please. Young men and women have been with you either just this year or the last several years, so once again, congratulations. At this time, I'd like to stand and acknowledge all our students involved in interscholastic athletics. So all our athletes, please stand and be recognized. So if you're on any of our athletic teams. Thank you. I'd like to recognize, at this time I'd like to recognize all our students that have been involved in our music program. You just heard our choir, you're going to hear our band a little bit, and our orchestra. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize all of those students that received an award during our awards ceremony that we held for the 8th grade. Please rise and receive an award. Special recognition goes to Kerrigan Gandy and Kate Carnicum, our outstanding Broncos. Will you two please rise? I'd like to acknowledge your teachers who've been there to help you all throughout all your years here at the junior high, plus your elementary years. So let's give a big round of applause for the teachers. However, most of all, I'd like to recognize your families that have supported you over the past few years. The hard part about being at the junior high is we only get you for 3 years. Remember, your family's going to have you for a lifetime, so let's recognize your families, please. Today, we're going to have an opportunity to recognize everyone individually. Today, we're also going to have an opportunity to hear from several speakers, so I'm really looking forward to that. Our first speaker tonight is Mrs. Sandy Crane. Mrs. Crane is the president of our PTA board for our district, and she currently is a parent of Stephen Crane, who's out there in the audience. So Mrs. Crane, will you please come up here?
Good morning. I'm so proud of all of you for sitting here today. Congratulations. When Mr. Hurley asked me to speak at this as a parent representative, I'm thinking, oh, this should be easy. I can come up with lots of things to talk about, and from a parent perspective. And then I started thinking about what do I want to say to you while I have you as a captive audience in front of you. And as a mom, well, it is going to be hard for me not to go all mom on all of you, because I have a whole list of advice that I could give you to help you succeed in your lives going forward for the next, 60, 70, 80 years or whatever your future holds for you. So I'm really going to try to hold back a little bit on that, because I don't want to nag you about that. And that could be hard for me, because there's so many things that I would like to just walk up to you, be able to touch you on the side of the head and magically pass that wisdom on to you based on our experiences. But at some point, you have to go through life and experience that. And as parents, we have to step back and let you do that. And sometimes that's hard for us, because as parents, and even for the teachers and the staff and the administrators in the schools, we kind of have 3 priorities. And these are the order that they go in. Number 1 is your health and safety, because we just want you to survive to adulthood. That is our main goal, is to make sure that you survive until 18. The next goal is that you take care of your responsibilities, that you learn how to function for yourself, and that means doing your schoolwork, doing your chores, because at some point you leave us and go on and lead your lives. And it is our desire for you guys to have a very successful life. And then after those 2 things are taken care of, then we want you to have fun. And if we're really lucky, you can do all 3 of those at one time. And it's great when we can manage to do that. But please don't hold us against us, that we want the best for you guys. that we want you to live happy, healthy lives. We want you to be prepared to go out and live your own lives independent of your family. And that's what being part of school is all about. And so forgive us if we are nagging you to be successful. And you really have to find your own path to that success at some point. And this is a big transition to go from the junior high to the high school. And this is one of those times where I don't think it'll be as big of a jump for you as it was coming from the elementary to the junior high. You figured out you got to change classes. You figured out locker combinations. You've met more friends, and you realize that even if you're not in the same class with your friends, you still manage to connect. So in some ways that will be an easier transition because you're just moving from this building to the one next door. The other thing that will be a little different is the expectations of you going from a junior high student to a high school student, in that they are going to expect you to be more independent at the high school, taking more responsibility for your own success, your efforts in your class as far as your studying, doing your homework, et cetera, et cetera. That is an important life skill. That is one of those things where the junior high was a good transition to try to get you to do that, but at the high school they expect you to take that to the next level. That is not to say that the people over there do not want to help if you need it. So if you are struggling with something, my best advice for that would be to ask somebody to help, and they would be happy to help you with that. Especially your first year as you're transitioning. So please don't be shy. Seek the help if you need it, because you will benefit from that in the long run. There's, I guess, a part of any good speech is you got to quote somebody famous, because at that point it sounds like, well, this must be good advice because it came from somebody that was really smart and they would know what they're talking about. And the quote I have today has been attributed to Albert Einstein, but that's been proven not to be true. But we're going to go with that anyway because it sounds really good. But what was said in that quote is, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will go its whole life believing it is stupid. And I wanted to bring that up because I want you to think, as you're figuring out what you want to do in life and what people's expectations are, what your experiences have been to this point, or what might come up in the future, challenges that you might face. If you ever start feeling like a fish, that maybe you should look someplace else other than the tree. However, that doesn't mean you shouldn't try to climb the tree. I think if you are asked to climb a tree, you should do your best job possible. But I want you to realize that that is not going to be your whole definition of what you are or what you are capable of. I want you to look for moments of serendipity where there could be an opportunity for you that you might never have considered to experience something new. And that might start you on a whole path. And you suddenly discover that you are now a very happy and very successful fish. And what a wonderful thing that ended up trying to be when you quit trying to climb that tree. So I want for you, as you go forward, to know that I want you to have confidence in everything you try to do. I want you to know that you have a lot of people, your parents, the grandparents, the other people in this room, a lot of people that couldn't be here today because they're working, friends, family, other people that know you that are very proud of the things that you do and really enjoy being around you, the staff and the administration of the schools. We all want you to be successful, and we're rooting for you. We've got your back. But I want you to feel like when you're going forward, that whatever path you choose to take, that you have the confidence to go down that path. And it'll be a good one for you. That you can make that journey the best possible one for you. And wherever it leads you, you will enjoy that whole trip and have success and happiness at the end of that. And I think there will be a lot of opportunities for that in high school. But I'm going to leave that to Katie Buell, our next speaker, to talk about. But before I stop, I want you to all stand up and repeat after me. If you could stand, please. And I want this to be said with passion and conviction on your part. Are you ready? I believe. I believe that I believe that I will. I believe that I will succeed. I believe that I will succeed. With more passion. Ready? I believe that I will succeed. I believe that I will succeed. All right, we can all sit down. We all believe that too. Best of luck to you in the next few years.
Thank you, Mrs. Green. One of my favorite speakers that we always have come back is a former Bronco, and today we have senior Katie Buell. She'll be addressing you guys. She was in your seat 4 years ago. You're going to see how she progressed. She was a Bronco 4 years ago, and this fall she's going to be a Bronco at Western Michigan University, so we're really excited for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Katie Buell.
Hello and good morning. My name is Katie Buell, and I'm a 2015 graduate of Bedford High School. First of all, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for making it through junior high. That is quite an accomplishment. Now it is on to high school, the last 4 years of your time here at Bedford. It seems like just last week, I was in this exact gym all dressed up at my own 8th grade recognition, thinking about summer in my freshman year. Now I'm standing here before all of you to give you some advice to keep in mind in the upcoming years. I can tell you one thing is for sure. I have never received a phone call at high school until about 3 weeks ago. So thank you, Mr. Hurley, for my first phone call and also the opportunity to speak here today. I was thinking about what I would tell all of you and then it hit me. An assignment every senior is required to do at the high school are senior memoirs. These are a collection of essays that reflect on your high school and life experiences. One of my essays was a letter to my younger self, and it is full of things I wish I knew as a freshman. I would like to share some of these things with you. The first thing I told myself was not to worry so much. From tests to trying to find a date to the school dance to piles of homework, there was always something stressing me out. And I know it's hard to let go and trust things will turn out all right, but believe me, they do. Life usually has a way of working itself out, so just relax and enjoy the moment. The next piece of advice is about friendships. Freshman year, I had a group of about 10 close friends, and that group has dwindled down to about 2 or 3 really close friends. I mean, I have plenty of school friends, you know, the people you can talk to in school, but it'd be weird if you hung out outside of school. But I only have a few really close friends because I realized it's about quality, not quantity. Just be yourself and make sure you are surrounded by people that accept and lift you up. This might come as a shock, but listen to your mom, or your dad, or whoever takes care of you, because 9 times out of 10 they know better. Take it from me, I hate hearing, "I told you so," and having to admit I was wrong, especially to my parents. So save yourself the trouble and just listen. On top of that, try to have a good relationship with your family. It makes life at home so much more enjoyable. The most important thing I have to tell you is to get involved. Whether it is music or sports or youth group, find something that interests you and become a part of it. I was on the track and cross country team all throughout high school, and it was a great experience. On top of the competitive aspect of it, I met all of my best friends on the team and had the opportunity to run for possibly the best coach of all time, who's also a teacher here, Mr. Davis. I may be a little biased, but if you're considering running, just go try it out. You won't regret it. If that's not for you, find something else to be a part of. Being involved with something makes your high school experience so much better. So obviously, the main goal of high school is to get an education, and you should take that seriously. I cannot tell you how many people I know that slacked off freshman or sophomore year, and it came back to haunt them when they started applying to college and for applications. If you make an effort early on and continue to work hard throughout high school, it will pay off when your senior year rolls around. As I stated earlier, these were ideas taken from an assignment of a letter I wrote to my younger self. As a final thought, I'd like to add that time passes all too quickly. Take time to enjoy your friends and your family and all the opportunities high school has to offer, because the next 4 years will go by in the blink of an eye. Thank you and good luck in the future.
Thank you, Katie. This time I'd like to call our student speakers to the stage. I'd like to have Stephen Crane and Alexia Brzezinski come on down. Thank you, Mr. Masters, for selecting these two young, fine examples of our 8th grade class from our American Cultures class. This is always a privilege to hear from your classmates, and both of them will speak to you right now. We're going to start with Alexia. Sorry, we'll start with Stephen.
Before I start, I'd just like to say, wow guys, we did it. First off, I'd like to start off by recognizing our teachers, principals, counselors, administrators, and mentors that have made this day possible. Without them, where would we be right now? Probably nowhere. I know that I wouldn't have made it out of 6th grade without the guidance and encouragement that my teachers gave me. I'd also like to recognize our parents and grandparents. I couldn't recall how many of the countless times that I have to ask help from them, though watching them try to figure out my algebra was pretty entertaining.